Wondering why other people are successful is the refuge of losers.
Yes.
It's a loser mentality. It's a loser occupation. It's a loser practice because you're wondering why other people are successful. Like, who gives a f-? You can say you think it sucks, but to spend time wondering why someone is successful and hating on someone for being successful, it doesn't do any good. It's like, what is that old expression that jealousy is... It's a poison that does the opposite of its intended.
Oh, right.
It doesn't affect the other person at all, but it poisons yourself.
Yeah.
It wastes your energy and time. Well, I figured out, there's something that I figured out personally. Yeah. And that I try to relay this, and I try to be more clear and more concise the way I relay it. The way I look at it is that your mind, you have a certain amount of bandwidth. This is why I don't read Instagram comments or Twitter comments or YouTube comments. Like, I don't have any time. If I read them, it's an accident. But to seek them out, and go, like, you have bandwidth. I don't spend time wondering why I hate things or hating on someone or being jealous. You have, let's call it units. You have 100 units of bandwidth in your mind. So that means there's 100 units that you can spend on things you care about, or you could let your mind be occupied by some stupid Twitter feud that you're in with some idiot that you don't even know, and you could spend 30% of your Twitter bandwidth or your mind bandwidth on this, and then you only have 70% for the things you love. And then maybe you're involved in some relationship with someone who's an idiot, and you're arguing back and forth with them. Well, there's another 30% that's gone. Now you have 40% left. You have 40% for the things you love instead of 100%. But if you only concentrate on the things you care about that mean something to you and learn how to do that, like you were talking about meditation, it's a form of meditation.
Yep.
Because you're learning how to avoid the little road bumps and the ditches on the side of the road.
That can suck your bandwidth.
Suck your bandwidth.
You could give them just a little bit and go, okay, no. But or you could lean in. Like
how you're saying when you stopped drinking, all of a sudden your career took off. And you started doing well because you had more bandwidth. And you had less problems. This problem that you had that was rotting you away no longer existed. So now all of a sudden it frees up your time and you realize, oh my God, there's so many funny things that I could talk about. And I have so much energy and I'm so healthy. I could just go on stage and have fun, and then you're killing it. Before I was successful, I realized it was stupid. Long before. Because when I was like an amateur, I would see guys that were killing, and I'd be like, fuck him, like, why is he doing good? Like, that guy sucks, and this guy sucks, and, you know, how come he got this and he got that? And then I remember thinking, like, this is a gigantic waste of time, and I got into comedy because I'm a fan of comedy. And my concentrating on people that suck or being jealous about people that are doing well does me zero good. But instead, if someone does well, I can be inspired. And I can get fired up by it. I mean, I figured this out in my early 20s. I was like, okay, this is I have a poor way of looking at it because it's a martial arts thing. Because in martial arts, like, you can't be jealous of someone else's ability. You have to realize you might have to fight them someday. So by realizing that they're really good, you're forced to be objective about it. And you have to go to work. Like, you have to go, that guy's better than me. I got to get better. And you have to go to work. There's no positive benefit in underestimating someone. Underestimating someone will get you killed, like, literally. You're going to get a shin smashed into your face. Like, you don't want to
convincing yourself that the things that you're jealous of them for aren't really as good.
Right. And it's powerful for everybody. It's powerful for them. It's powerful for you.
Yes.
It's like there's no negative aspect to it. It's like you should be thankful that there's women out there that make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, when I see someone just murder on stage, I want to go to work. I want to go write. I want to get home and write.
Yeah.
I want to go perform. I'm like, that guy just killed, or holy she just crushed. She's out there killing it. And he's doing so good. It makes me want to work harder. And in that sense, as long as someone's not doing anything bad, as long as someone's not victimizing someone, what they're doing is they're showing you that it's possible to do better than you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's good. I really think we all collectively, as a species, need to emphasize and learn how to be nicer to each other. Nobody teaches you that. It's rare. They teach it to you in school, be nice. When you go to offices, there's certain standards of behavior. that you're supposed to behave in, but there's not like an emphasis on kindness and just being friendly. And I think that doesn't diminish competition. Right. Like you can be friendly and kind to people that you're competing with as hard as you can. And that was also a thing that you find in jiu-jitsu. Guys who are just trying to kill each other all the time are like really close friends. Yeah. Really close. And, you know, very competitive. Like, I'm getting you tonight. No, you're not. Right. You know, like that kind of, but friendly. Imagine working with somebody and they're sabotaging what you're trying to accomplish. Yeah. Go to the boss and talking behind your back about your project and what you're trying to achieve. That's one of the most soul-sucking things about jobs, the fakeness. Yeah. The office banter nonsense, fakeness. I just think as a species, just the human race, especially us as Americans, because we're so goddamn competitive, gotta learn how to be nicer. Yeah, be polite. And when people do that to you, you get a good feeling. You know, when someone holds open the door for you or someone says thank you. Like, I said hi to some guy the other day. I was walking by him in the hallway of a hotel. I go, how you doing, man? And he just stared at me. And immediately I was like, what? I was angry. Yeah. You know, immediately, like, part of my instinct was like, you, man. Yeah. And then part of me was like, that poor. Right. You know, and I went with that poor. Like, oh, that's his life. Right. I just said hi. Right. I'm just trying to be nice. Yeah. But he like looked at me like I was, almost like I was weak for saying hi to him. Right. You know? I think we throw the baby out with the bathwater when it comes to religion. And even just rigid ideologies. I think there's something about religion that can absolutely help some people, and there's aspects of it that are very beneficial. Having that code to live by, you know, even if it's because of the spaghetti monster in the sky, like whatever it is that you believe. But if you really act like that thing is watching over you, and that there's codes and tenets that you have to live by, like most of the tenets of Christianity, if you look at them, if you really follow Jesus' rule, which most people don't, but if you really did, you'd be doing a lot of great work. You know, you'd be helping people. You'd be treating each other as if they were your brothers and sisters. It's just so obvious that what they were talking about back then was all wrapped around the way people thought about things then. Yeah. You know? But they knew, even then, even thousands of years ago, they knew there's a right way to do things and there's a wrong way to do things. When you pick up the people's bags, you feel good. Let's tell kids that. Yeah. Let's teach people that. You pick up the bags, you feel good. You hold the door open, you feel good. You help someone, you feel good. Like, okay, this is obviously, we all want to feel good, right? How do we feel? Like, there's moments in my life where I feel terrible, where I've done something wrong, or I've f***ed up something, or just failed, and I just feel terrible. And I always think when I do have that feeling, like, God, I f***ing hate this feeling. Why can't I feel great? Why can't I just feel awesome right now? Well, because it didn't go well. And this is like the psychic reminder. This is that jolt of energy that's letting you know, like, hey, you went on a wrong path. You f***ed up. You tanked this. You crashed that. You did wrong. Like, you're supposed to feel like so that you don't do it again. Yeah. But conversely, when something good happens, when you help someone, when someone can't get their bag in the overhead because it's too heavy, and you help them and you hand it to them, they smile at you and you smile at them, you walk off the plane, you feel good. You feel good. You got to teach that too. Like, you have to remember that, and you have to go, why do I feel so good? Oh, I felt so good because I helped that lady. Yeah. You know, I felt so good because I said hi to that guy, and that guy said hi to me back, and we looked at each other and go, you know, made some niceties or whatever. Yeah. And that's part of the joy of life, right, is those friendly, fun, nice interactions with people. But when you got your shit in order, it's easier to have those experiences. When you don't, my personal experience, when I don't have my shit in order, and I've made mistakes and I've something up, it's very hard for me to enjoy anything. Yeah. I just go through the motions. I feel like, oh, if I have something that I f***ed up, and then I have that terrible feeling, but I have to hang out with my family and my kids, I just ride it out. I just have to ride it out. I try to be real friendly and real sweet, but I don't feel good inside. I feel terrible. And I go, well, this is going to go away with contemplation, with understanding. This feeling's going to go away, but you got to ride it out, you know? And I know I can ride it out because I've wrote it out before.